Chia saying she's gonna win this tournament. She is determined. And folks, BCE Stu the announcer joining you on commentary. As we are getting set here for grand finals, Moosh versus Chia. Bros Calamity versus Clash tournaments. And yeah, even though they might seem like they're one and the same, those two entities,
they exist very separately in a lot of ways.
In a myriad ways, absolutely. I mean, technically, I do a lot of work on Clash tournaments, but I am Bros Calamity. So, figure that out.
Yeah.
Are you CT Zant?
I can only hope. I'm not.
Oh, wow. I didn't mean to hit a sore spot there,
Nah.
man.
No. I help out Chia a lot, but I am not. But what we have here, as we said,
Bros Calamity versus Clash tournaments clashing here in grand finals for Ultra Assault 170 Smash Brothers Ultimate.
I'm very happy to see Chia starting out with the ROB. We know that Moosh is a very zoner-heavy Belmont, and trying to match that with her own ROB, her own zoner-heavy ROB. We've definitely seen a better performance out of it than the DDD tonight.
Yes.
For whatever reason, her DDD just cannot match up to a lot of those slower-paced matches. But I also imagine just big body, heavyweight, it's just going to take a lot more damage. And even though Rob's heavy, he's not exactly big body, and he has a much better moveset, I think, in the long run. But we're seeing Moosh start off doing his zone heavy. Ooh, but catching out that
with the gyro.
That's something that's always going to finish off a Belmont. You catch out their jump early, they're never going to be able to recover.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the idea, is to bury them as much as you possibly can, make them challenge them to recover upward. And of course, that is one of the big sticking points in their game.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing that a lot more in Ultimate than we did in Smash 4. Just the force, like the need to force recoveries to just nerf them in a way. Yeah. We see a lot more weaknesses in them, and especially with we have such strong characters that have a lot of like chinks in their armor.
Yeah.
With Crom, with Belmont, two very like strong characters, kill early, deal a lot of damage. But if you force them in the right way, and a way that's not even like necessarily hard, they're always going to be struggle to get back on stage. Ooh.
Oh, brutal up smash.
That grab and Z drop immediate of the holy water to land on Moosh was amazing from Chia. One way to really stop the ledge traps that Belmont has.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Up airs from Moosh, and again, just throw out those disjoints and eventually connecting on a big one there. That forward air is going to connect.
This is
for
like
stock number 2.
I feel like Chia gets a hit at 0, and every time she's able to get so much damage off of it, it really like helps with her game plan. Because even when she's a stock behind at high percents, she gets that hit, she cleans it up, and she gets one hit, and because of that rage, because of Rob's ability to just confirm off a down tilt, off a nair, she is always able to essentially just bring it so close to even. But we see Moosh here now just bringing it back with doing some great zoning, not getting caught, not getting his projectiles caught like they were before.
Oh. The gyro. Yeah, a lot of projectiles coming out here.
Yeah. Chia kind of just stopped trying to push in when Moosh ran back, and it allowed her to set up her own plan, and it made Moosh have to kind of pull back and go, wait, Chia didn't come in with me. Now my zoning isn't going to be as effective because she has set up her own. Moosh also doing a great job at just hitting the gyro and not letting Chia use it to the full power that it has.
Oh, and eventually that neutral air going to take it. Chia taking game number 1. She's 1 win away, and someone did make the comment about Game & Watch in particular, and I do want to bring this up because I was a Game & Watch main in Smash 4. About how you just don't see Game & Watch being played anymore. And, well, yeah, you don't see Game & Watch's FR being useful anymore. So that's part of the reason why, and I don't like that as much as I do.
You had one fun move, and they took it out.
Oh, the tutu.
That also.
Well, I mean, the forward air was good. The thing is that the bomb just doesn't have priority on anything.
Oh, yeah. Can't you just hit that and it just disappears?
You hit it and it disappears.
And then
it's terrible.
I think the other thing is if it's been in the air for a certain amount of frames, it will explode, but that's not enough to make it useful.
No, it's not. It's situational at best.
Yeah. Is
the way that I'm going to put it on stream. Off stream, I would use much more explicit verbiage. Let's just say. But yeah, that's kind of the problem. And to be fair, I still love using back airs. Just back air combos.
Ooh, turtle to turtle.
Turtle, absolutely. You ever just hit a guy with a turtle? It's super fun. But either way. Oh, Chia trying to hit him with the DDD.
I do not like this. Like I get it because it's Battlefield. ROB's options kind of like are diminished here, but I feel like DD's just going to get beat up. DD's big. DD doesn't. Everything that DDD does
can't approach nearly as quickly.
Yeah.
Like every single up close encounter is going to be on Moosh's terms.
Exactly. And then if you try to play the spacing game, you can't just set up your own spacing game. Everything that Moosh can do is going to just diminish it to nothing. Moosh has so much range to get rid of those Gordos that it doesn't even matter like if they're there or not. They're his Gordos essentially.
Not to mention, I mean, Moosh is one of the master librarians in the House of Belmont Discord. So tracking all those combos that are doable, and yeah, it's basically he knows what combos are true and untrue, and he's only suffered 15% damage. Moosh, of course, on winner's side. So Chia, she needs to win one more in order to reset this thing. Moosh only needs 2 to win this whole thing. And now, the grab's coming out. Chia doing a little bit of a better job to pile on damage. This stock, somehow, some way, back air. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Somehow, Chia finding her way in, sitting at 121%.
Maybe we'll see the kind of the opposite that we saw with the Robs in the previous games, where loses the first stock as a new character as Dedede and is somehow able to make it back into her play, bring it back to her playfield. But
that's a big maybe at this point, sitting at 136%, but still with all 3 stocks is BCE Moosh.
yeah, I still just, this was more, I still think this is just, I don't want to play Rob on Battlefield. Let me go Dedede. And I think just Belmont just beats up on Dedede so much. They do a lot of the same things, just Belmont does it better. And a weak hit like forward tilt's never going to really kill.
There you go. Eventually taking that that first stock, excuse me. CT Chia is going to have to go through 2 more of them, however. Moosh, only 1 stock to go.
Yeah, and Moosh just able to rack on this damage so quickly. Chia's having a hard time even just getting the bare minimum %.
Oh, and there you go on the ledge. No safe place for Chia there.
Using that holy water to make sure that Chia had no safe place. It's either wait that out and lose your invincibility, or go onto stage and get hit by it and then get killed by the F smash anyways.
Yeah, not a whole lot of options there. So maybe the Dedede pick not nearly as well advised as one might have thought initially. So Smashville, we go to game number 3. And now,
I'm surprised. This is a great stage for the Belmonts. They have such good control of that top platform and such good control of the ground.
So you're saying that this is a potential mistake here from Chia?
Maybe.
But then again, we've seen her perform well on Smashville as Rob.
Yeah, maybe. I also don't know Rob as well as I know the Belmonts. I know, like, personally, I can't think of a situation in which I'll take them here, but, like, Rob's that kind of character where kind of does the same thing, except for now he has an escape option in a way. I think that's just more my lack of knowledge on Rob than anything else. But Moosh gained that early kill. Getting that quick down air. Chia not DIing properly and just getting hit by the peak and dying because of it at 70-ish%. I feel like this is just always going to be kind of a hard thing for Chia. We've seen Moosh versus Chia plenty. It's just going to continue to be hard for the sole reason that just everything Rob does, Belmont does better.
Yeah.
Maybe Rob hits a bit harder when he actually gets in, but it's so hard for Rob to get in comparison to Belmont to build up this damage. And it's not exactly easy to edge guard as Rob.
Just the fact that that whip has priority over so much really makes it hard for Rob to even approach down from top to bottom. And you can throw out those jets with the neutral air.
Yeah, Rob is just like, his projectiles aren't going out prioritize Belmont's. He doesn't have the speed to prevent Belmont from throwing them, to punish the axe throw, to punish that holy water, to get over and around the cross to do what he needs, or the range to just straight out to like contend with the whip.
That Rob does have those arms, though, and has used that side B. Not nearly as much as one might think.
Especially for something that reflects projectiles.
Yeah.
It can be quite useful, and instead, we don't see it necessarily at all. And not that I think that's a bad thing, but it could be a nice mix-up. Something to just maybe prevent space when it seemed like Moosh is committing hard.
No, I hear you completely, and just like that, Chia with the advantage here.
Yeah.
In terms of stocks, at the very least, still sitting at 163%, so that can change at any given. Well, yeah. There.
Yeah. Dying to that F tilt. Again, we saw kind of what we've been seeing out Chia. She loses that first stock, takes a second before she loses her own.
Just like that, Moosh, one stock away from the tournament win here. Chia, one stock away from the reset. This is getting close.
Chia finally putting enough pressure on to prevent Moosh from even using his zoning projectiles. Was clinking with almost all of them with either a laser or using the gyro to do so. And so now Moosh is just taking so much damage. But one good hit from either character can lead to a bad position. If Moosh gets time to set up his bread and butters, he can kill Rob fairly easily. But
Big if at this point.
yeah, we've also seen the damage and how quickly Chia can put on some stuff. Put on the pressure.
Yeah, no, Moosh, more than anything, trying to play some preventative, or Chia trying to play preventative smash. Moosh really is looking for every single option he can get, and Chia trying to get in that jab, preventing her from doing so.
Yeah.
Moosh is on the doorstep of victory here. Chia has not been able to get back to neutral, and that smash, tilt, whatever, the whip is going to do it, and Moosh whips himself into victory. Glory to the House of Belmont here today at Smash at Salt 170.
Chia put up a great fight with that Rob. Very good, very close to bring it back after starting off that game down.
Yeah.
But
it was not looking likely that that she would have taken that game number 3. It didn't start out looking like that, but to bring it as close as it was. What did you see change in Chia's gameplay, or was it Moosh kind of letting it back in?
I really think a lot of it is there's points where Chia took control. Used the gyro, used the laser to prevent Moosh from even starting with the projectiles, and thus negated the advantage that Belmont has in neutral. And once Chia got in, she always does a lot of damage. Moosh never dealt as much when he got in. It was always a slight build-up of damage over time. And once he got in, he had these explosive moments to kill, but never these massive built-up damage.
True.